Okay, so this is going to be some help for the angle pair map project. You guys are going to be recording your answers over here, but the other thing that you need to do is you need to make a map. Now, it's totally okay if you make a real map, a fake map, or a mix of the two. Like a real map, you guys could look at Google Maps or Apple Maps or whatever you want to do, or actually just look at a map and sketch it. You could make something up. You could do a mix of the two. Doesn't really matter. The example that I gave you was a real map, which I took, so that is linked in your thing. But I want to show you kind of how you could go about making a fake map if that is what you needed to do. Start by giving yourself some roads. So I got some roads here. And you need at least one transversal, although probably more than one transversal. Now, these don't necessarily look a lot like roads right now, so I might actually widen them to actually make them into roads. And maybe we'll give ourselves like something like that kind of thing. If you want to like clean it up by erasing the intersections, that's perfectly fine. And now voila, I have a map. You need to give each of the streets a name. So you could do something real fancy, or you could literally just call them like First Street, Second Street, Third Street. Maybe call this Henry Avenue, and this can be like Ms. Perkins Lane. Cool, so now we got street names. Now you need to start placing buildings or things at the corners of your streets so that you can put them on the map. So for example, if I were to add, so here I've added a park and a cafe. The cafe is at Miss Perkins Lane and 3rd Street. The park is at Miss Perkins Lane and 1st Street. So the line that they're sharing is Miss Perkins Lane. Note that they have to share some sort of road, right? The park over here at Miss Perkins and 1st will have nothing to do with Henry and 3rd if I put something over here or over here. But these ones share Miss Perkins Lane, so that's nice. So that's actually going to be the transversal that they're sharing. And if we looked at 1st and 3rd Street, those are, we got park and the cafe are outside of those, so they're not in between 1st and 3rd, they're outside of 1st and 3rd, so those are going to be exterior. And we got the cafe on this side of Miss Perkins Lane and the park on this side, so those would actually end up being some alternate exterior angles. So what I would do is over here, I would fill this in and I would say I've got, the park and the cafe, and those are sharing the transversal of Miss Perkins Lane, and voila, I got one of them done, okay? So you need to keep adding things. So I might add, let's say we added a pool here. Now the park and the pool, those are in corresponding places, and they also share Miss Perkins Lane, so I could add that here. And you're just gonna kind of keep going until you end up getting different things. The two ones that are a little bit different without the transversal are vertical angles and linear pairs, so let's get a couple of examples there. Let's call this my house. In this case, the cafe and my house are vertical because they are just straight across from each other on this intersection there. So I would say my house and the cafe, and the intersecting lines there are going to be Miss Perkins Lane and 3rd. When you have a linear pair of angles, that's like you've added up 180, so maybe I put a school here, and over here I put the store. Those have now made 180 degrees, so I can say school and store. And the line that they share in this case is going to be 2nd Street, because that's kind of like the line that they end up making. So I'm going to call that 2nd Street. Hopefully this helps you. If you were at home, you guys, because you're quarantined or whatever, then by all means you could just write this on a piece of paper and turn that in. Same thing with this, take some pictures, turn that in if you were in class. Got plenty of these there on a green paper at school, and let me know if you need. Hope you're all doing well.